The one that always interests me is when people think that I'm really outgoing, or in the other ones that I'm really smart.
Well, I'm brown. Being Indian, it's like it comes with it that you're like good at math or like science.
The most obvious one would be ones that go along with being white, with like academics or your personality.
I think loud and spirited are like two of the biggest ones.
Cool. This is like so weird because I don't think I'm cool, so it's like overachieving, studious, quiet Asian girl.
Sometimes I feel like I kind of am confined or trapped to this like very high achieving image. I remember I struggled a lot in junior year with kind of breaking out of that mold and like being goofy, being silly with people that I wasn't super close to.
In like college admissions, there's this stereotype of like Asians being like really smart or whatever. College is also like raised the standard for Asians, which I think is like, I understand, but it's also a little bit unfair.
Like the typical Indian, it doesn't really describe me. Like athletics is a big part of my life. Like I play 2 sports, and academic-wise, I'm not like up there as like a lot of people are.
I really enjoy like everything, basically like everything from India, my culture and my heritage. People seem to think that they are allowed to call me things like fresh off the boat. It's become like my label.
If you saw me like versus maybe like the Asian person like sitting side by side in like a classroom, you'd probably default to that person as being like automatically smarter than me. I have to prove that I'm not like that, to prove that like I am my own person. And I think it really hurts the way I interact with people for the first time, because all I'm thinking about is like, oh, they probably hate me, they probably don't know anything about me, they probably think I'm stupid, and it's like I have to get over that.
Being brown, surrounded by a lot of not brown friends, like I get a lot of like, oh shut up, you're brown. Like that happens a lot.
When you already know that like you're different than a lot of other people, you have to really work so that others will see you as equally capable as other students. I kind of identify myself more by what people see me as than what I actually think I am. It starts like breaking me down in the sense of my confidence. Someone puts me into this box, I feel like I can't be the person I really am.
When I do step outside, then it's like this feeling that like I'm not like American enough.
We visited my cousin who lives in Texas, and you go like in that area and you like go to the subway. People look at you differently than they do here.
I notice that when I also talk to just white individuals or white people in positions of power, I get really anxious, like I feel this desire to please them. It just makes for a lot of self-doubt.
In our conference, literally I was the only guy with black hair, so obviously that shows you how, I guess, large the world is.
People make a lot of racist remarks just randomly. People just assume that since I have dark skin, I'm black, and just like say like mean things about being black to me.
I don't feel bad or scared to speak my native language with my like parents and family, but I think being somewhere else other than the Bay Area, you feel a little uneasy.
I don't have to worry about somebody hearing me speak Russian, but me as like a white person or a European person, I've never had to worry about that fear.
When I came here, when I was like around like 4, 5, 6, I think I tried to like really push my Asianness and like my Koreanness away from me. When I started to like be really fluent in English and like forget my Korean, it almost be like something I was proud of. Like, oh, look how much I'm forgetting my Korean. I'm not even Korean anymore.
Like in 8th or 9th grade, when I started to like really go like, hey, like there's really nothing wrong with monoliths, there's nothing wrong with my skin color. I started to speak Chinese more with my parents. Like I would purposely try to speak my broken Chinese to get it better. And so I'm like connected to my culture in that way.
We want to be open about topics like mental illness, gender, sexuality, race, but we're not as open as we think we are.
We very rarely take time to stop and think about how we perceive other people. And I think that if we were more purposeful and more conscious of that, it would bring about a much more welcoming environment.
I think that people do care, and I think that people here are intelligent and smart, but a lot of the times they don't use that to create any kind of activism.
Especially with LGBT issues.
There's like some kind of stigma around it.
I usually hear like guys making jokes on people that don't fit into the gender binary, and I hear people making jokes about gay people.
The problem I think is just assuming that people like are straight necessarily, and then that's why people feel comfortable making these jokes.
There's a lot of expectation, not only like academic wise, but like how you're supposed to look. Like it's a big thing for my mom. She's like, you're too tan, you need to like become lighter, or you need to lose weight.
There are a lot of social issues that aren't, like, we don't really talk about it much at Lynbrook, and I think that it should be changed because it's like a good discussion to have. Like,